Chelsea denofa pulling to the line. Taking a look. All right, denofa now in that burnout box, piloting the Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5D. All right, so Ryan Lontaine, our style judge, Brian Eggert, our angle judge, and Chris Ewell, our line judge. And submitting the scores, and should be inputted, and scores are in, and that is a 20 out of 30 for style, as Chelsea, who won here last year. All right, looks like is that a 70? A 79 for Chris Forsberg. So you know, offline a little bit, and Ryan, did you deduce that it was actually a late entry? Or?
It was a little bit, very slightly late,
right
but
there
there was also a hesitation initiation, kind of a stepped initiation.
Here we go, Chelsea denofa. Pennzoil, RTR Spec 5D, gets into the wall. He is absolutely ripping on this bank. Hangs it out, slams down, big angle for him. Let's see how he handles the bump, no big deal. Wow, that was some of the best handling with such angle going across that jump. You can see it exceeding just a little bit there. An indicator of that is taking off. I mean, dude, Chelsea just bumpers for days. Scores are coming in here. And the score is a 93. That's a 9-3 for Chelsea denofa. 9-3 for Chelsea. Texted with him earlier. I said, where you at, man? He says, South Carolina. So the boss man's watching. Here we go. Going against Mike Power from New York. Power Racing S15. And here we go. Chelsea denofa initiates. Like you said, there's some smoke. There's some steam. Big angle from denofa. Backs it in. Just slamming bumpers. Mike Power takes that tight line. Knocks over the cone. Goes over the jump. Little whiner swing by Mike Power. Chelsea denofa gets into that crease. I think there's some room for correction on both ends.
Wow.
It's got to be a little difficult to chase that line as well. So
For sure.
it doesn't make it the easiest. As looks like we're popping out a tail light. That's his right tail light. That's less than ideal, but he will be chasing. So tail light's not critical there for Chelsea denofa as he's in chase position.
Yeah, looking at Power's positioning in the chase position, he was not very high in outside zone one. His line was pretty low. His front right tire went down over the white line, but Chelsea angled up just as he tapped the wall, and I think Power actually had an advantage there because he was able to kind of run a bit of a shallow line and catch up to Chelsea right when that happened.
Here we go with Mike Power, Chelsea denofa. Mike Power out front. Ooh, you can see him working up there. Got scared of that wall. And now comes into that first clip. Chelsea denofa really tight. Now into that second clip.
Oh.
Mike Power, massive angle, but oh, he comes out. That's going to be an incomplete for Power, unfortunately.
Yes, it is.
So the opportunity was there for Mike Power. There it is. Chelsea denofa gets the win. Chelsea denofa gets the win in this corner. Chelsea denofa gunning for a championship. Ryan Turk as well, winner in Long Beach. Denofa and Turk. Denofa will lead. Ryan Turk giving chase. All right, says we are getting set. We'll see if they have sight laps. And warming up those Nitto tires. And the nitrous is purged. All right. And get those camera phone lights out, light it up. Let's go and light up those phones, light up the track, throw up your lights, and let's get those photos going. Here we go with Chelsea denofa, Ryan Turk, light up the track for Larry Chen. And this battle of Chelsea denofa, the Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5D, and Ryan Turk and that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Chelsea denofa high in the bank. Look at Ryan Turk working his way up the bank. And now, get all up in that Nitto tire smoke, slamming down that first inside clip, bouncing off into the second inside clip. Chelsea denofa pulling away from the Long Beach winner. Chelsea denofa right in the crease, coming all the way across. Ryan Turk having a hard time keeping with this unwound Mustang RTR Spec 5D. Unfortunately for Ryan Turk, he has to retire. You are not allowed to replace your tires, your equipment, and your tires need to stay together. So unable to call a competition timeout on a tire debeating.
Yep.
So that means Chelsea denofa, this is essentially a bye run for him.
That is correct. And if I know Chelsea denofa,
he won't relax.
This will not be a simple, boring run.
No. It's a bit of a demo run for him.
Yes.
This is him working it out. So with this run, Chelsea denofa will advance on into the Grade 8, the Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5D. He's driven a lot of tires here at OSW as well. He loses a bumper by himself. That's how much he shaves bumpers off.
Well, Chelsea did not disappoint on that bye run.
And you called it, Ryan. Absolutely called it. But again, the dude's bumper budget, he just loses a bumper every time, even when he's running by himself. It's just what I'm saying. And here is denofa will lead. Field will give chase. And little stagger. Light him up one more time. Maybe a little intimidation factor there, lighting up the Falcons. Nitto's on the corner of Chelsea's vehicle. Let's get thumbs up. Let's send it, boys. Storms are brewing here on track. Let's send it. Come on. Chelsea denofa, Matt Field. See right here, these guys are chomping at the bit. denofa initiates Field right there, working it to the wall. From the windows to the wall, to the doors sparking. Look at the angle from Field to the chase, and contact was made.
Looks like damage to Chelsea's car in the right rear, maybe. We'll have to get a camera angle.
Yeah,
on that.
it looked like, again, the transition in front of Matt Field. And of course, Matt Field gets contact.
Yeah, look at the
So
front
that
left of his
front
car.
left. So again, kind of a transition, what we saw earlier with Eve Meyer.
Oh, maybe there is no damage on his car. It looks like he's
got bash
driving
bars.
around just fine.
Who's at fault at this point? Regardless.
Gladiators.
Gladiators,
They
baby.
just want to battle it out.
It's merely a flesh wound. I'll bite your ankles. Here we go. Matt Field out front. Chelsea denofa in the chase position. Matt Field, slingshot out of the gate. Matt initiates, sticks it to the wall. Chelsea denofa back quite a bit. But this might be strategy-wise. He might know who's at fault. Backs off just a little bit. Now coming into that second inside clip. Matt Field knows. And Chelsea denofa powers on through.
No way!
No way! Woo! Oh my gosh. Matt the punching bag Field, Chelsea bumper boy. Oh man, Link Engine Management top 8. One more time. What'd you guys say? What do you want to see? One more time.
One more time! Yes,
They're going
stop
at
your
it
feet.
again. So let's see these guys. I mean, here we are. the winner of this goes on to the Final Four to go against Dylan Hughes, and that way we will have our Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift, and the Type S lights are on underneath. Chelsea denofa, Matt Field, this battle in the Grade 8, who is going against Dylan Hughes? The lights you can see on just to the side. When they extinguish, it's go time. There we go. Chelsea denofa will lead. Let's not hit any cones. Let's get a good start. Here we go. We got an all-wet run. denofa and Field. denofa initiates high on the bank. Field, look at that. I mean, they are just magnetized to each other.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, and both of them spin. Don't know if there's contact. I think denofa might have spun. It might have been denofa spinning. Yeah, I think denofa spun and Field saw it happening and maybe just countered and saved it.
Trying to avoid contact.
Yeah,
there.
tried to avoid contact. We'll definitely have to run that back.
We're told there was no contact, so
That's
that
with the
is
naked
not-
eye.
Yeah, but that's we're told there was none, but we'll have a look here and see on the replay if that's accurate or not.
Okay, now let's alternate the order. Look how far back Chelsea is. Matt on the start line. Who's going to the Final Four? Good pace. You saw that? Chelsea running up. Now he knows he needs to be right. Oh, and he impedes. Ryan, that
was contact.
That was contact.
But if they're both going for
But
it.
if they're going for it, they're going for it. Matt Field continues through the course. Now coming down into the splash zone. And there we go. Chelsea loops it. So if Matt Field continues on through the course, Matt Field will be getting the win. And it looks like Matt Field keeps his composure. Even after that contact, it looked like Chelsea got his way. And Matt Field unofficially moving on. Again, Chelsea spun in front of him. He spun out. Contact was made. Chelsea impeded. Matt Field continued. And like you said, if he continued, he continues.
Yeah, exactly. End of outside zone 1. And then as they come down off the bank, they do both. Chelsea spins, and Matt Field is going to get the win.
So there you go. Matt Field gets the win in the wets.